Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm John.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve. What number is this? 3?
Yeah. I'm now excited to watch every episode of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been pretty excited for most of season 2. Really got me in.
Yeah, by the end of season 1, I was definitely hooked. Like, those last few got me hooked.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2, like, it felt like every episode was great.
Yeah, it really was.
Now we have Aaron and Ymir.
Now they're just killing humans.
Yeah, they have Aaron and Ymir. The Reese family does.
Yeah, what did the guy said that Krista's dad, or Krista actually, is like the real royal family or something like that, right?
Well, the Reese family is.
That's Krista's dad, right?
Yeah. The only thing I don't understand is, like, we were just talking about it before we started, like, how was the king now is clearly, like, the bad, like, I think so,
yeah.
Because why is he in charge in the king if the Reese family, like, why is that being, like...
Yeah. Unless Reese is actually bad and controlling the king. And the king's just like a puppet for him.
I don't think so.
To keep some kind of secret.
I think that king's the one calling the shots, like, he's the head honcho.
Yeah, we gotta find out more about that.
Yeah, that's what I just don't understand. Or it could have been that maybe the king doesn't know. Maybe only a select few... But if that cop knew, or if the military police guy knew, that told him...
Yeah, he said he was doing it for the king.
That makes me think, like, a lot of people, like, in the inside, like, are in on the king's thing, like, they know about it. Like,
yeah,
so
unless,
why
like,
is that
he,
the case?
like, overtook him. Like, he overtook the Reese family. But then that doesn't make sense, because I feel like the Reese family is still somewhat...
That's what I'm talking about.
In charge, right?
That's what I don't get.
Well, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
That's what I'm thinking it has to be, something like that. Because what else?
Yeah, you wouldn't keep them around.
No.
If you took them over.
But now it seems like at least from the way I'm taking it, is like, now that he took Aaron and Ymir, like, he was the one that was behind that. That almost makes it seem like he's, like, making his move, like, away from the king now. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
If it's one of those situations.
Yeah, didn't we say, like, we now we're not sure, like, maybe he's in charge of Reiner's group?
That's what I'm thinking. Because there's definitely...
Possibly the Beast.
That's what we were talking about before, too, is that, like, there's this king and his side, like, those guys that we see in his council there, and then the other side is going to end up being Reiner's side, I think, like, his people.
Yeah. Like,
those are the two that are... But I want to know so much more about why.
And we think it's, like, the king now that injected Ymir with it, right? And threw her off the wall?
I would assume so, because she said it was, 60 years... It all depends. That's what I'm saying. We need like a history lesson about what happened.
Yeah, we do. We do need to.
And I'm sure
it's called Old Story, so like, I'm hoping that.
That's what put it in my head. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But it's going to be drawn out. They'll give us like a nugget of information.
Yeah, you never know. They could go either way with it, where they'll give us all the information we could ever ask for, and then 10,000 more questions.
Yep.
Or nothing.
I prefer those though, because it still gets me excited about it.
Yep.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
If you guys want to watch the next episode early, go check out our Patreon. We have that there as well as full length. I think we're going to see a flashback.
I do like to see like all the people that we know now as like kids. Though. I mean, that's funny because Levi's still as crazy as he is now.
Right. I usually take it like the themes of these intros are going to be more of the themes of this season, I think,
So you think this will be more of a knowledge?
More of a character, centric.
Like learn stuff in the season rather than like all fighting.
Well, there's a lot of episodes, so I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see what she knows, Not gonna like it. Yep. Yeah, like he's still a lord, so like that's what I don't get. Haven't seen in years. Oh, so I think this was all a front. That's why Historia would be the rightful heir then. So
she is her mom.
Yeah.
She was lying.
That's even worse.
Unbelievable.
Everyone always has an excuse for doing something terrible.
He doesn't have Ymir. Krista and Aaron. Earlier we said Ymir and Aaron.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, he doesn't have Ymir.
Oh, he doesn't?
Ymir ran off.
That's right. Very interesting. That's what's weird about it. It's like a secret society kind of thing.
それは巨人化の能力を有した人間で、つまりは巨人がその能力を持つ人間を食べると人間に戻り、さらに相手の能力を手に入れるんだ。もし王政が巨人を持っていれば、エレンはそいつに食われるだろう。我々はウォールマリア奪還のため王政を打倒します。
Everyone's got a hunch. He's usually always right about it.
Yeah, yeah.
私の子供の頃の話でも聞いてください。私の父は
Yeah, they're going like we are kind of seeing like I think we're going to see little flashbacks of more about the characters themselves when they're younger.
カリソメの王から冠を譲らせるわけか。真の女王に血を流す。
So they are going to get on like the same side, I think.
民衆の前でこれまでの体制は嘘であるという宣言とともに。
Why wouldn't her dad be king?
I don't know.
お前は自分の判断に従って動け。何より次の調査兵団団長はハンジーゾエ、お前だ。
Hell yeah.
調査兵団を任せたぞ。
I like this scene and I hate it at the same time.
Yeah,
it almost
you know
seems
he's
like
turning himself in.
is he going to play a martyr, you know?
Yeah.
リーブス商会の会長リム・リーブス氏だ。
Oh, was that the father and the son, remember? I feel like most of these people like don't like look at the big picture, you know? Exactly.
That's the problem.
All their problems are like still petty problems compared to the way he looks at it. I love Erwin. Because I feel like we don't get a lot of them, but now I feel like we're starting to a lot, you know? That's pretty crazy.
誰もが教わることです。王政の配布する歴史書には数多くの謎と矛盾が存在すると。その後に続く父の話は
It's cool that his father was in,
突
like,
拍子もないと感じ
he
ましたが
knew.
父は家には帰ってこず遠く離れた町で事故に
That's why he's so dedicated to figuring this all out.
私の密告により父は王政に殺されたのです。彼らが守りたいのは人類ではなく彼らの庭付きの家と地
As always.
父の仮説は私の中で真実となり私の人生の使命は父の仮説を証明することとなったのです。
God, I hope you do, Erwin.
これが事実なら調査兵団は解散状態です。
They're outlaws now.
山狩りが行われるというし、こっちに向かってきます。
What was that?
They have 3D maneuvering gear.
Yeah, and they had the scout gear on too. That's yeah, you know.
Right.
But who would that even be, you know? That's what I can't figure out. Oh, we got a lot in that one.
A real lot. This is the. I just wanted to see something real quick. Look at that. An intelligent titan is conceived when a pure titan lacking intelligence consumes some other intelligent titan. By consuming an intelligent titan gains consciousness as well as to consume Titan's powers.
Which is what we learned earlier about.
Right, that's what I was...
Now, that they completely flat... Because that was one of our questions. It was like, we didn't really get what was going on when... Like, how did she go from Titan back to human again? And it was... Now we know it's because she ate the person.
But what powers did she get from that guy?
No, all they just said specifically is the fact that she was stuck as a Titan, but as soon as she ate somebody else that could...
Be a Titan.
That can be a Titan, that flipped her back to being a person. So somehow now, I guess she just has that ability like that person. She got it from that guy.
How did the first one get like that then?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, how did they get the first intelligent one?
Maybe they change whatever they shoot you with, you know?
Maybe.
It's crazy.
And then how did Eren get it?
Well, the dad. We watched the dad inject him.
I know, but who did he...
We just don't know about what the dad's
deal
is.
Maybe they could just put that Titan power into people? The intelligent Titan power?
That's what I'm saying. There's like two different ones you give him.
And then he had... Or did we hear... Like, didn't he say, like, the power that Eren has, which is, like, controlling the Titans with his scream? They want to eat... Like, whoever the boss of Reiner is wants to eat Eren, right? So that, they get that power?
I guess so. That's what they're... Yeah, I'm happy you said that because I remember when we were watching, I'm like, well, I still don't understand why they would want to eat him.
Yeah.
Why do they keep saying that?
That's why, because they want to absorb his power.
Yep.
So, like... the only thing I'm confused about, so, like, if... Like, what if Reiner ate him?
I would assume he would gain the power. I think it's whoever...
And he would just be armored plus be able to control them?
I guess.
Like, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, I don't know. And, like... I'm trying to figure out, like, what... There's obviously, like, the side... Like, all right, we have the scout side, like, Erwin's story, like, and all them. Then we have Reiner's side, which we don't really know much about. Besides that we think that it's involved with the Reese family.
Now I'm not so sure.
Why?
Because it seemed like they were just murdering everybody in the Reese family, other than he, like, saved Krista somehow.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting to. So is there a difference between... Because the king... Like, is the Reese guy still on the king's side? Like, that's what I don't get.
I don't know. And then I don't really understand why... I get why Krista's the rightful heir, but I feel like shouldn't...
Yeah, why is
the dad have to die? Like, to be...
Why is he not
king? He be king?
And then why is he not the king? That's what I don't get. Why is the other guy king? If they're on the same side. That's what I couldn't wrap my head around. Unless you're right and it is a front. Like, the king, we're making him seem like he's probably the top guy, but...
Unless, like, unless Krista's mom was actually the royal blood. And this guy did something, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That was confusing. I don't know why she wouldn't, like, look at her or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I was just taking it as, like, she was embarrassed by her. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was crazy. I wish you were never born, and, like...
And I felt good because it made it seem like she wasn't really. Like, it was a front, and then...
Right, but then if that was a front.
Yeah. There were a lot of fronts at her.
Yeah. Right? Like, because they did make it kind of seem like she didn't have him. Because that's why I thought maybe she was just forced to raise her.
Right. But then what she said right before they killed her.
Yeah, right. I wish I never had you. Poor fucking Historia.
Right? That's the big question.
We need to find out a little bit more about that.
Well, I just needed to know, like, what side... Obviously, I'm sure we're going to learn it, but... Like, what side is... Reese on... Like, is he... Because they, like... Mikasa and all them all still think, like you said, that they want to eat him. Like, even Reese's side. So, like... Is that what the... Like, I don't feel like... But then at the same time, I feel like he's, like, almost leading... Like, I could see him leading a rebellion, you know? Like...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Right, but, like, they reported to the king that they captured him and stuff. So, like, that's... You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like that's to use...
I figured maybe they just had, like, spies and shit, and they knew.
It could be.
But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either way if he was on their side still or he wasn't.
Right.
I can't see why he would be and why he wood.
And what's in and like why is Krista just having that blood in her so special? Like, are they the original Titans? Possibly. Like, is that why they're the royal line? Like, that I think it is leaning towards Reese is Beast.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It's possible.
Yeah.
And maybe that was like Krista's or Historia's brother or something that was riding his shoulder.
Maybe.
I don't know. It could go a lot of ways.
I forget, like, and now the whole Erwin thing has me scared. Because the way he was talking right before he went, it's almost like he was like turning himself in to be like, almost to like play the martyr and maybe try to expose the truth.
Or then, like he needed to be in the prison for part of his plan because he didn't tell us his plan.
Well, no, I would assume he told.
Pixies.
Or.
Who knows?
Angie.
He said no because he said there was still groundwork. Like I'll let you know when it happens. So like it's possible that part of his plan is to be arrested.
Of course, it could be.
You know what I mean?
But I don't know if that's the case because he seemed a little surprised when they said they were going to try to arrest him.
Kinda.
Because I don't think he could have. Well, maybe I guess he could have planned for that to happen, but.
No, that was Kenny the Ripper's group
I know,
that killed
but
them.
they were still chasing, like Mikasa and them were all chasing after him.
Yeah.
Which is why they're holding, because it's like he gave the command to do this with Aaron. Here. So it makes him look bad, but.
And Aaron's like. Hearing everything that. Who was Krista talking to? Her dad?
Yeah. And then they were at a stopover point, and now they look like they're back on the move again. I don't know if they were just like stopping somewhere to sleep or.
Why was she retelling the story of what her dad told her to her dad?
No, she wasn't. We were just
right?
seeing like a flashback, and she's just voicing it over for us.
Oh, I thought she was telling somebody that story.
No, because when it came back, she was hugging the dad. Remember? Like we saw the flashback, and then it went into. It cut right out from the flashback, and he was just hugging her.
Yeah, and she was just sitting there, hands at her side.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why.
This was a huge knowledge dump.
It was. I might have to go back and rewatch this.
Definitely have to. This was like so much.
And then
I'm really interested about this eating the other Titans, though.
Yeah, that didn't even dawn on me.
Now I'm wondering if like Aaron starts eating. Like you obviously have to eat him, not in Titan form, right?
Oh yeah.
You have to bite him out of the neck and then eat him.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah,
and then he would get.
I
hope he could just collect powers. All of a sudden, he's fully armored and also colossal. Imagine.
What's crazy is now I'm thinking about it, like because Erwin did say something that when he was talking about it, he goes, humans moved in here 100 years ago, inside these walls. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
And then had 100-year peace.
Like when they moved in, there was 106 years ago, I think he said.
So, and they brought it up again. Nobody really knows what the true.
Yeah, because they got rid of all of the history.
So, that's what I'm saying. So the Titans have been around maybe even longer than that. Like, some crazy. I think it's gonna be some like wild shit. Be like the Titans
ancient,
or like have these ancient aliens that like
right.
And there's.
And they taught like the first group like who knows? Yeah, I think the same thing.
Because we don't know how long it could be going on. Because he just said humans to escape to survive. And then how did the walls? Like who built the walls with the Titans and why?
Right.
Because they made it seem like humans...
I think that's going to be the king. The king somehow controls those Titans in the wall.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, and he did it. Got rid of the history books. You know what I mean? Started the coup.
Why?
That's the $1 million question.
If that's the case, like... Because, yeah, he said people moved in these walls 100 years ago. So we don't know how long those walls... Like, was that just when the walls were finished being built, finally?
Who knows?
Yeah,
and you think he was saying something about the memories, only implying that they erased the history books and gave him the new history books?
Yeah,
you don't think it was like
literally.
any, like, literally... Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say?
What if all the Titans in the wall are actually good, but the king, since he's the bad one, is keeping him in there because he defeated them, like, long ago, and then he froze them in there?
He can't freeze them in there, though. They have to do it themselves, like Annie.
Yeah.
Like, that's where, we thought that at first, too, but now I don't think that that's the case. Because I also think that the religion is good.
Like, good, they have good intentions.
I think their intentions are good.
I swear there's a guy sitting with the church stuff on, though, that was sitting at the council with the king. Yeah.
But that would explain why they killed the pastor, you know?
That's true.
Maybe he knows the truth.
Well, he definitely knew something important because...
He wouldn't talk at all.
Yeah. So why...
Did he talk at the end? I think he told them something.
No, well, he just told them about Historia. That was it. I think.
Maybe.
Anyway, guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
See you later.